Hey, you guys. So I wanted to explain to you basically how stress is affecting you. Okay. So what happens during stress? Well, your adrenal glands, they are what put off a fight or flight response. And what that is they are releasing hormones, and it is a hormone called cortisol. And that is what basically kicks in with any stress, whether it's good stress or bad stress. When your heart rate gets pumping and moving and something happens and you get really excited about that, whether it's not necessarily good excitement, but it's, you have a reaction to that, that's what's happening. So your body releases cortisol, or your adrenals do, which then release sugar, and that's what fuels you. So what's happening is once you are stressed and having that reaction over and over and over again, you're eventually going to run out of fuel. Okay. So you need to replenish that fuel. And basically, what you eat and what you take into your body is helping to replenish that fuel. And most people, what they're doing right now is nothing really. They're not really replenishing that. Yes, you're probably eating, but one, you're probably eating junk food because your body is craving that because it's just let go of all this energy. And so, what does your body want? It wants to have sugars, and that's why you're craving those junk foods, and most likely not eating very well. And then, in turn, that is when people tend to gain weight sometimes. So, that's obviously an issue. Oh, got some wind going on over here. Then, my next thing, I've just got my notes here. Something also that I was going to mention is these stress responses, your body knows that it's supposed to have these in bursts. So it's like a 60-second burst of something, but we are conditioned to have stress in our lives all the time. So you have to, drop your kids off at a certain time. You have to do this, do that. There's just so many things that, especially Americans as a society, we're conditioned to just go, 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 go. If you look at other countries, they're a lot healthier because they have a lot slower of a mentality, and they just do things as they can. So it is kind of difficult being in a position where most of us are, because we have to just meet deadlines over and over and over again. So something that really helps is to have routines, and to really set priorities. Something that I do is I get up in the morning, I make sure I work out, and then I come home, do my shower, go to work, and then at the end of every day, I have a 30-minute to an hour time slot where I get off, and I like to do something that's challenging for my brain, but not something that's stressful. So I like to listen to like a podcast, or an audiobook, or play with the Rubik's Cube, or try to learn a new language. It's something that I want to do and learn, but it's not something that's too stressful. So whatever it is for you, come up with something that can help you with that. Something else that people also need to do is to stop doing things that are hindering you. That's probably putting too many things on your plate. There are things that you can't really help, like your job situation. And if you can help that, then I think I got a dog hair there. If you can help that situation, then by all means make a change. But things that are outside of that, that you can control, you need to try to control. If you're getting up at 5 in the morning and you're going to bed at 1 o'clock in the morning or midnight, whatever the case is, you're probably piling too many things on your plate, and that is on you. You need to learn to delegate things. And I was super bad at that. I'm getting better, but I still do it too. I still pile a lot of stuff on my plate. And I kind of talked about this in the last class that I did. Sometimes I have to realize that I don't need to clean this. I don't need to clean that. The laundry is going to stay on my couch for a while. So those are little things that you either need to delegate to somebody or just realize they're not going to get done. So you need to set those priorities. And as hard as it is to realize that is on you, a lot of times it is. A lot of things can be taken off of your plate. And if you're not, a lot of people just aren't willing to accept that they are putting those things on themselves. It's hard for me to accept that sometimes too. So you just have to make that choice, and really bring that stress down. So basically, what happens, there's different stages of being in what's called adrenal failure. And it's not really a medical term from everything that I've read up on. It's something that just happens with an overload of stress. So basically, you're just tired. A lot of people will either basically stage 3 is going to be the worst one. You either just are going to sleep a ton, or a lot of people will tend to be kind of bipolar. They'll just get super, super like crazy about something, and then the next minute they'll just be like super calm, and it'll kind of flip flop because their brain is just trying to function and figure out what's going on or figure out a conversation or try to focus on it. So you just bounce back and forth. So that's something that happens. So things to fix these situations. Obviously, you have to get rid of your stress or lower the stress. There's not really getting rid of stress these days, but you have to get that down. So set priorities, set routines for yourself. Try that. Try something new. Get off social media if that's what's bothering you. Like, try to look at what's bothering you and get off of that. I see a lot of it is on social media, watching the news. If you are constantly stressed out by doing these things, take a break. Start with 1 day, then go to 2 days, maybe a week. Maybe it's not for you and you want to be off of it completely. And I've heard people say, well, I want to be informed of what's going on. Yeah, but are you happy knowing those things that are going on, or is it just stressing you out more? And there's no harm in taking a break from it. So that's something that you can definitely try. One thing I was going to mention earlier is a couple signs that you do have adrenal fatigue. Sorry to flip-flop there. I just thought about this. So if you go outside and you constantly are squinting, and I mean, everybody squints in the sun, but if you're like, you really can't see out there and you always are having to have sunglasses, even if it's overcast outside, you probably have some adrenal fatigue. Another thing is if you like bend over and you're trying to tie your shoes, or you just bend over to grab something, you stand back up, and it's constantly happening where you're dizzy, that's another sign of that as well. So, and then of course always being tired. So back to things that would help. There are some supplements, some herbs that really can help you. Rhodiola, ginseng, ashwood, licorice root. If you have blood pressure issues, you don't want to use the licorice root. And then things that I personally really like to use, Ningxia Red, which I'm going to go over these in one other post as well. Ningxia Red is an antioxidant drink. It has a lot of good stuff in it. It's got some vitamins, but again, I'll go over that in the next video. And then some oils that work. Nutmeg is a really good one. You can rub these on your adrenal glands or on your feet. There's Vitaflex points, which you can rub on there as well. Another one was, that's getting bright out there. Idaho balsam fir, and then I don't have that one on hand, but I do have Endoflex. This one smells really good. This one kind of smells like spearmint, and you can rub this one on your feet, on your adrenal glands. And then your vitamins, which I'm going to go over those in, oh my gosh, really windy out there, in the next video, but I like those. I also like St. John's wort. That's a really good one for your mood. So yeah,